everyone, time for another tutorial. In this case we're going to be working with importing photos. Now if you've set up Lightroom and you leave it at the normal presets, you're going to find that anytime you pop in a memory card or connect your camera to your computer, that Lightroom pops up and you get a dialog box to handle your imports. Now not in every case you're going to find that. You might be downloading something from the internet, it goes into a folder, and you haven't set up automatic downloads from a specific folder, so you got to load them into Lightroom. Well, that's really simple, and it can't get any easier. So just simply watch this. You come up, and in this case, oh, by the way, that's my son right there. We had spent a day on the beach, and it looks like he just got caught eating some sand. Anyways, up here at this folder, my wife has sent me quite a few pictures from her, her family stuff and some shooting that she's done in the outdoors up in upstate New York, and I want to bring them into Lightroom. Okay, so I had transferred them from another computer up to a server, and then I downloaded them from the server. And to get them into Lightroom, I'm just going to come in here, go over the bar, come back into the program, and drop. Bam. Lightroom automatically starts the dialog for importing the photographs. So let's give it a second to catch up with all 621 photos, and we'll get into things. Okay, so we have everything loaded up and ready for import after it's been evaluated. The first thing we want to look at here is how do we want to move them? Do we want to just make copies? Which would be right here. Do I want to add them to the catalog and leave them in their current position? I've got them on the desktop right now. I don't consider that an option. Normally I like to move my photographs to no location, add them to the catalog. Now do notice this means that the original location will have everything deleted that gets imported. So I'm going to select that one. Alright, so I need to check a I need to select a new location. I'll put them into Lightroom. I'm going to have them organized by date. Don't re-import selected duplicates. Now here's the next thing. Okay, if you're using multiple cameras and you haven't set up the cameras specific for creating file names just for that camera, you might run into duplicate problems eventually. Like if you're shooting with two Nikons and you have them both start out with your name dash some file number or something along those lines, you have a good chance of coming up on duplicates. Now I've got it set up so that that won't occur for me, but that is something really important to watch out for. If you want to back up, you click on this, you select your location. I'm not going to change my file name, but I will come down here and I will say that you can go in here and load things for a specific development setting. Now, personally for me, I like to work with them on the fly after I sort them out, so I'm going to leave that as none. Metadata, I'm going to leave that as none for right now. I'll save that for another time. For keywords, I'm just going to put Jade, because my wife actually shot most of these. And initial previews, the standard, which is set under the preferences, minimal, embedded, and sidecar, 1:1. Since these are brand new for me, I'm going to start it out as 1:1. Alright, so what does 1:1 mean? That means I have a full-size JPEG preview. Now, full-size JPEG preview, that can take a lot of memory. And I'm loading over 600 images, so 1/16 of a 10 megabyte file is going to be 625 kilobytes, that is 0.625 kilobytes times 621. That's how much extra memory I'm expecting to load up in megabytes right there, just for having a 1:1 preview. Alright, that works for me. So I'm going to keep my initial previews at 1:1, and we're going to start importing. Alright, as the software goes to work, you can be working on other things if you wish. Now personally, I leave the computer alone because it's got a lot of work to do. Moving in all those images, copy and paste, it'll just speed things up, and I can go do something else like make a sandwich or whatever. But up here, you can check your status. how much longer you really got. So we'll stand by and wait for the next load of images to come flying in. As you can see here towards the end of the import, I have this box pop up, and it's for the import results. I have duplicates. Actually, I already knew this. I imported some of the photographs from beforehand when I had first arrived from a trip, and I was ahead of my wife sending these to me. So I'm just going to say that's okay. I'm not worried about it. Now that the duplicates have been taken care of, we can see that Lightroom is up here going through the renderings. I'm on number 4 of 615, which is the correct number. I started out at 621, subtracted 6, 615, perfect. Now it just needs some time to render all those images, to generate all those previews. The many megabytes I was talking about that I was adding to the computer. Now that's not necessarily permanent. We can set it up with preferences and options to get rid of those previews after like a week, 30 days, whatever need be, whatever time frame that a person really thinks that they'll be working with them, and then when they won't need them anymore. So we'll just let the software do its thing, and we'll come back and check in a little bit. Alright, so Adobe Lightroom is finally done with its work. It completed when I wasn't watching because I was off doing other things like I suggested. And you can see that I've actually already jumped in and killed a few photos while I was checking in on it here and there. I'd take a look. If I didn't like something, I'd automatically just go ahead and delete the image. So, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and can't wait to see you again. Bye-bye.